بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وعن ابن مسعود رضي الله تعالى عنه قال لما كان يوم حنين آثر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ناسا في القسمة. Hazrat Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that when it was the day of Hunain, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam had given preference to some people in the distribution of the spoils of war. Hunain is approximately 10 miles from Makkatul Mukarramah in the direction going towards Taif. Many people that go for Umrah, normally they go to visit Taif. When a person he goes to Taif, he has come out of the miqat of the haram. So many a time when people come back to Makkah Sharif, they don't don the ihram, whereas a person has to put on the ihram and come back towards Makkatul Mukarramah. So nevertheless, this is towards Taif. In the 8th year of Hijri, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam conquered Makkatul Mukarramah. The conquest of Makkah took place in the 8th year of Hijri. This took place in the month of Ramadan. In the next month, in the month of Shawwal, the battle of Hunain had taken place. So when the battle of Hunain had taken place, there were a lot of people that had accepted Islam on the conquest of Makkah. So Sahaba, their gaze went a little bit towards their numbers. Because their gaze went towards the numbers, it moved away for a little while, so to say, from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. They went through difficulty on the battlefield. But eventually Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala gave them victory. And on this particular occasion, the kuffar brought all the animals and they came to the battlefield. They came with 20,000 camels and 40,000 goats they brought to the battlefield on this occasion. And in the end, when the Muslims won, all these animals, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala gave it over to the Muslims. So when Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was now distributing, he gave preference to certain Sahaba over others. So that's what he's saying. When it was the day of Hunain, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam gave preference to some people in the distribution of the spoils of war. فَأَعْطَى الْأَقْرَعْ بِنْ حَابِسٍ مِئَةً مِنَ الْإِبِلِ. He gave Hazrat Aqra bin Habis radiallahu ta'ala anhu 100 camels. Hazrat Aqra bin Habis radiallahu ta'ala anhu was the leader of the Banu Tamim tribe. Before Islam also, he was a very honorable person. And after he accepted Islam also, Hazrat Aqra bin Habis radiallahu ta'ala was a very honorable person. But because they had newly come into the fold of Islam, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam gave them extra. To win their hearts, to captivate their hearts, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam gave them extra. And there were those Sahaba, Nabi alayhi salam didn't give them so much. Because they had accepted Islam long before. They were firm upon their iman. So there was no need to give those Sahaba a little extra. وَأَعْطَى عُيَيْنَةَ بْنَ حِسْنٍ مِثْلَ ذَلِكَ. And he had given Uyayna bin Hisan similarly. Meaning Uyayna bin Hisan, he also got 100 camels. وَأَعْطَى نَاسًا مِنْ أَشْرَافِ الْعَرَبِ. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gave some people who were from the honorable people of the Arabs. He gave them also a little bit extra. وَآثَرَهُمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ فِي الْقِسْمَةِ. He gave preference to them on that day in the distribution of the spoils of war. فَقَالَ رَجُلٌ. One person said, وَاللَّهِ إِنَّ هَذِهِ قِسْمَةٌ مَا عُدِلَ فِيهَا. He said, I take a qasam in the name of Allah. This is such a distribution in which there is no justice. Now who can be more just than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Who can be more fair than Nabi alayhi salam? Yet he's taking a qasam in the name of Allah that this is such a distribution in which there was no justice. And this was a munafiq, he was a hypocrite. Ma urida fiha wajhullah. The pleasure of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala was not intended in this particular distribution. فَقُلْتُ وَاللَّهِ لَأُخْبِرَنَّ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. Hazrat Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala said that I told this person, I take a qasam in the name of Allah, that I will go and I'll inform Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam what you said. فَأَتَيْتُهُ فَأَخْبَرْتُهُ بِمَا قَالَ. He says, I came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and I informed Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam what this person had said. فَتَغَيَّرَ وَجْهُهُ حَتَّى كَانَ كَالسِّرْفِ. The face of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam changed color until it became like red. ثُمَّ قَالَ. Then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, فَمَنْ يَعْدِلُ إِذَا لَمْ يَعْدِلِ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. That who can be just when Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam is not just. There can't be anyone more just than Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And whatever Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam did in his life, this was direct inspiration from the side of Allah ta'ala. وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيُ يُوحَىٰ. He never spoke out of his own desires. This was wahi from the side of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. ثُمَّ قال. Then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, يَرْحَمُ اللَّهُ مُوسَىٰ قَدْ أُوذِيَ بِأَكْثَرَ مِنْ هَذَا فَصَبَرَ. That Allah Ta'ala have mercy and raham upon Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. That Musa alayhi salam was given more taklif, he was given more difficulty than this also. And Musa alayhi salatu wasalam made sabr, he was patient with his people. So my people, they're also going to criticize me, they're also going to say these type of things to me. I will also have to make sabr in the path of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. فَقُلْتُ Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala says, I said, لَا جَرَمَ لَا أَرْفَعُ إِلَيْهِ بَعْدَهَا حَدِيثًا. That I said that most certainly I will not raise to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam after this such a speech. Meaning, if somebody criticized or somebody said something of this nature, I said that after this I will never ever tell Nabi alayhi salam. Because as long as Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam did not know of it, he was not hurt by it. But when he came to know about it, how much of hurt, how much of difficulty Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam went through. So a person should be careful. Where there are seniors also in Deen, many a times people will gossip, people will say certain things. Now we take it to go and inform them that this is what so and so said. And that person now becomes hurt. So it is better, whatever we hear, finish that story, forget about that entire incident. And the second thing we learn, that any person that is doing the work of Deen, there will always be criticism. Don't worry about the criticism of people. Long as what you are doing is haqq, you continue with your work, keep Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala in front of you, and you will reach your destination. Allah ta'ala give us tawfiq, will continue from there.